Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for today's webinar. Your web presence is more than your website, tools to manage your reputation in SEO. My name is Michelle Letman, and I am the content and media producer here at Surefire Local. I am joined by our Chief Marketing Officer, Shashi Belamkonda, and our webinar ninja, Steve Eastlack, who is ready and excited to help answer your questions. Speaking of those questions, you can communicate with us using the question box in your webinar control panel, which is on the right-hand side of your screen. Why don't you go ahead and see if you can locate that right now and let us know where you're joining us from today. We'll be sending messages and discussion questions to the group throughout the webinar, so be sure to check that out. Before we get into managing your reputation in SEO, I wanted to tell you a little bit about why your reputation and ratings matter. For every 1-star increase a business gets in their rating, their sales revenue will increase from approximately 5 to 9%. At the same time, 22% will not purchase a product/service after reading just one negative review. Inside the Surefire Local Marketing Cloud, you can view everything all in one place and send out reviews or requests for reviews. With all of this and more, you can finally focus your marketing efforts and make getting found online a sure thing. The Surefire Local Marketing Cloud works better because it works harder. Today, one lucky attendee is going to take home a Google Home. We will be announcing the winner at the end. If you don't win one though, you don't have to go home empty-handed. Everyone here today is eligible to get a Google Chromecast and our good reviews and how to get them ebook, but I will get more to that in a little bit. Today, we are joined by Kelsey Coleman, who is the Director of Communications and Public Affairs at BBB. She has a great presentation today, so for now, I'm going to pass it on over to her. Kelsey, take it away.
Michelle, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kelsey Coleman, and I am the Director of Communications and Public Affairs for the Better Business Bureau that services the Metro Washington, D.C. and Eastern PA areas. I am really excited to be here today to talk to you guys about your online reputation and how you can actually use it to help earn the trust of your customers. We're going to start today with a brief overview of what makes consumers trust a business, and then we'll get into some examples of how you can use your online presence to show your customers what you stand for. So a little bit about the BBB first. The BBB has been around for more than 100 years, really since the days of the snake oil salesman, when advertising was a bit of the wild, wild west. No one was looking out for consumers who were being misled by deceptive ads until the BBB was created. So with today's online, interconnected global economy, we're right back to that wild, wild west. And people need to know who they can trust. And that's where the BBB comes in to help. We've made it our mission to be the leader in the market in promoting trust in the marketplace. In 2016, we provided more than 250 million instances of service. And we break that down into inquiries about a business, the complaints that we handle, our scam reports, our customer reviews, and a number of other services that we provide free to the public. So that's a little bit about us here at the BBB. Let's start off by talking about the state of trust in the marketplace. How do your customers perceive your business? We all like to think that we're acting ethically and providing the best customer service that we can. But there are a lot of different factors that go into how a consumer perceives the business. And as we all know, the cost to retain a happy customer is less than it is to find a new one. And satisfied customers are likely to become repeat customers. So the question is, are your customers satisfied with your business? It's a really important question to ask yourself. So like I mentioned, we're going to first take a look at what makes a customer trust your business and how you can actually turn a customer who may not trust your business and who maybe has left a negative review into a proponent of your business. We're going to take a look at how we can turn that negative review into a positive thing for your business. The BBB recently sponsored a survey, and we found that there are 5 big gestures of trust. So if we break it down, we can start with number 1 here, equitable. A consumer wants to feel like they are on equal playing fields with your business, and that your business isn't some big entity that is out there to get the consumer. The consumer wants to feel empowered. They want working with you to be stress-free, and they want to feel like they're invited and encouraged to leave a review for your business. They want to feel like they're on the same playing field together. Number 2, consumers want a business to be humble. They want to feel as that their consumer count, that they as a consumer count, and that they're an important part to your business, and that your business's identity is rooted in giving. So for example, if your business is involved in community giving programs, proactive environmental programs, positive employee policies, and proactive engagement with your customers, then that shows your customer that you're humble and that you value them. Number 3, the customer wants their business to be proactive. The customer wants their inquiries taken seriously and responded to promptly. A business that goes above and beyond attention to requests and is constantly customer-centric gives consumers the feeling that your business is proactive, which helps them to, in turn, trust you as a business. Numbers 4 and 5 go hand in hand in my mind. The customer wants the business to be transparent, and they want them to be honest. The customer expects the company to be open about its operations and its mistakes. A customer wants to work with a company that keeps their promises. They want to work with a company that is direct and readily admits to mistakes. Both being transparent and honest helps to make the customer feel safe and helps to make the customer feel like they can trust your business. So as we can see here, this chart really just boils down to customers wanting businesses to give them that human experience. And this begins by showing respect for the customer, as well as considering these 5 gestures of trust. If these gestures are key markers for consumers involved in business transactions, then companies who follow these gestures are more likely to have loyal customers who feel respected and who are eager to do repeat business. So if you haven't already, try applying these gestures to your way of doing business and see what happens. It may transform the way your customers view your company. All right, so just to recap, we've gone over some of these things that can help your business stand out as trustworthy, and we can also add these points as well. So it's important to always establish and maintain a positive reputation, honor all of your written and verbal promises, respond quickly and professionally to consumer concerns, always tell the truth, even if it costs you a sale, be transparent and give your customers all the information they need to make a well-informed buying decision, protect consumer information and respect how they want you to use it, communicate honestly about products and services. So if we take all this information and we put it into our daily business routine, we're likely to be on the path to earning our customers' trust. So while your customers' trust is something that you must earn, there are continuous ways to show them online that you care. When you build trust into your organization from the ground up, you don't have to convince consumers to buy. Your reputation does the selling for you. Now let's take a look at some of the ways your business can promote this trust using your online and social media presence. First of all, is your business online? 3.8 billion people use the internet, and 92% of consumers read online reviews. So your customers are out there, and they are looking for your business. So if you're not online, you really should be. Your online presence is in some cases your customer's first impression of your business. So it's important to make sure that you stand out with your best foot forward. Oftentimes, like we said, your website is your first impression to a potential customer, and so there are a few things that are great to include on your website. When your customer visits your website, they're really looking for things like your phone number, your company's address, photos of your work, your email address, and how to request a quote. But they're also looking to see that your company's website content is informative and that your company is a reputable business in the industry. One way to show your customers that you are a leader in the industry is to have content that teaches them about your industry. Things like how-to posts and what to expect posts when hiring a contractor are great ways to show your customers that you know what it takes to be a reputable company in the industry and that you are here to help them through their home project or whatever their need may be. So in addition to your website, you also have an internet presence on things like directories, review sites, and maybe even on the BBB's website. Oftentimes, these sites will create a listing for your business without you needing to do anything. So you'll want to do a search for your company to see how your customers are seeing you. Pretend like you're your customer and do a search for yourself and see what pops up. Chances are, if you don't know what's out there about your company, your consumer does. And depending on what they find, it may be keeping them from wanting to do business with you. So again, websites like Google My Business, Yelp, and Facebook, and the BBB, they're all free sites that have a listing. And in some cases, your listing will be created without you knowing. Many of these sites also offer customers the ability to leave a review. So we'll get to this more, but it's really important to know where your customers are finding you and what your customers are saying about your business so that you can monitor these platforms for accuracy so they can successfully point people to your business. All right, I'm going to turn it over to Michelle for just a second.
Thanks, Kelsey. All right, so I just wanted to hop in here real quick and talk about the Surefire Local Marketing Cloud. So you can manage your directories easily within the cloud. You're able to list your business in over 70 online directories. You can manage and update these in only a few clicks. The holidays are right around the corner. Imagine updating each of your listings with a new seasonal offer or updating your business hours one by one. This can all be managed inside the Surefire Cloud, saving you precious time to spend elsewhere running your business and or managing your marketing. So that's all I really wanted to share. And Kelsey, back to you.
Thanks, Michelle. So going along that same idea of people looking for you online, there's a reason for it. Today's consumers prefer learning about your business from other customers, not you. In fact, 92% of consumers are turning to the opinions of friends and family over all forms of advertising. If a consumer sees a post about a company from a friend or a family member online, they are more likely to be influenced by that friend or family member's opinion. We're really living in the age of the consumer, where the customer determines his or her experience with a brand. So again, in this online world that we're living in, knowing what your customers are saying about you online is really the first step to managing your online reputation. And we'll continue to explore this as we go on. Social media can be a great tool for generating real conversations about your brand and building trust with customers and prospects. So instead of using social media as just another channel to promote your business, use it to build a community that believes in what you stand for. Social media is giving a voice to consumers in a way that no other medium really has done before. So you want to be a part of that conversation and not just using it to promote your business. Engaging with your customers by monitoring the conversations and then responding as needed will be so important to your brand's reputation. So this is just a quick case study that I had found. This is a real-life example of one local business who had a Facebook presence, or so they thought, but things started to take a turn for them when they started getting inundated with calls from their customers asking if their local pub had been permanently closed. Turns out, someone had created a fake Facebook profile for them and had marked the pub as permanently closed. As you can imagine, the owners were super upset and suspected that they had probably lost a lot of business due to the fact that people saw this Facebook page and assumed they had closed. They worked with Facebook for weeks to get the page taken down, but the damage was done. The pub owners admitted that they should have been monitoring their social presence, and if they had been, they maybe would have caught this fake page sooner. So the lesson here is, always monitor your business's online presence. Even if you think you know where your business is being mentioned, it's always a good idea to do a weekly or a daily check to see what others are saying. All right, so the key takeaways here, again, it's really important to be monitoring where your business is being mentioned online. Having your own website is a great tool to control the conversation about your company, but it's important to realize too that there are sites out there that may have started a profile on your business, so you'll want to take a look and think like your customer and do a search for your business to see what others are saying. We're now going to get into the topic of customer reviews and the effects that they can have on your business, but I'm going to turn it over to Michelle first.
Thank you, Kelsey. So we want to take a quick break here, and I want to mention that we do have a little giveaway, and that is for a Google Chromecast and our good reviews and how to get an ebook. But before you get that, we do have some time that we blocked off for scheduling consultations on either Monday, October 16th, or Wednesday, October 18th, for a demo of the Surefire Local Marketing Cloud. If either of those days don't work, just select, please email me to schedule a call. And we will follow up with you to pick a day that works best for you. So after your introduction, like I said, you would get the good reviews and how to get an ebook and the Google Chromecast. And then you should also have BBB along with the Surefire Local Marketing Cloud, where you can publish up to 70 other local directories. So Steve's going to launch the poll. Take a few seconds here to answer it and let us know what days work for you. Actually, we have a quick question here from one of our attendees. How do you deal with a review site that will not display your positive reviews?
That's a good question. Here at the BBB, we always encourage review sites to include the negative and the positive. But that would definitely be, if you have a review site out there that's doing that for your business, I would definitely try to get in touch with them to say that your positive sites aren't being shown.
Great. Oh, sorry. Shashi also wants to pitch in here with an answer.
Yeah, and Kelsey, that's a good point. I think from our experience, and we've had a couple of webinars with Yelp, and we are happy to send anyone a copy of the Yelp webinar also. This question comes up a lot. Sometimes people who don't have a profile within Yelp may not, their single review without having a network of friends may not actually show up. So Yelp has some ways to qualify whether a review comes or not. Another thing that we've seen very commonly is if people ask for reviews all in one day, then they don't show up because it seems like they've been sending a program to solicit reviews. But we are more than happy to send anyone, instructions on setting up their Yelp pages. But thank you for the question.
All right. So I think we're going to close up the poll now, and then Kelsey, you can take it away again.
All right. So as you were talking about, your customers are out there, and like we talked about before, is that they're looking for reviews on your business. These are a lot of the top types of businesses where consumers are viewing online reviews. And so as you can see here, the home contractor industry is up there. So what happens when you've been monitoring your social and online presence and you spot a negative review? What happens next? It can be scary to think that what you write back will be something that your future customers will see. But when you do get a negative review, the first thing you should do is take a breather. You don't want to fly off the handle and do something to make yourself look bad, especially if you think the customer complaint is false or your instinct is to react in the heat of the moment, but you don't want to regret it. Take some time and formulate a polite reply. Acknowledge the person who's complaining and say that you appreciate the input. Explain your side, add that human touch, and like we previously discussed, consumers find businesses to be trustworthy when they have a human nature to them and provide that human touch. Surprisingly, giving a bad review isn't the end of the world. In fact, 57% of consumers are actually suspicious of brands that only have positive reviews. Most customers won't write you off based on one negative comment. Many, however, will gain respect for your business if you respond to the comment in a pleasant and helpful way. Of course, that's not easy to do when you pour your life into your business and someone bashes it online. But you can turn it into a positive by engaging in a constructive way and showing you're a genuine business. People aren't looking for perfection online. What they're really looking for is humanity and a genuine response. So a negative review can be a great opportunity to respond in a positive and transparent manner, and that has a good impact on all of your customers. So let's take a look at some reviews to see how we would handle them differently. This is a review about Joe's. This review was left by somebody who says, we were served a completely raw burger that was charred, blacked on the outside and tasted distinctly of propane. When we politely mentioned to the server that we were rudely corrected by a manager who indicated that the burnt flavor was actually the smoked onions, which was noted on the menu. I'm pretty sure propane and smoked onions are very different flavors. Yada yada, he goes on. The owner, however, about 10 days later, responds very rudely and says, it has been said an educated consumer is our best customer. Clearly, you do not fall into this category. You are an idiot. I remember your table after you and your girlfriend shared a burger and ate the whole thing except for the last bite. I'm sure you also do the same with desserts you share with your friends. You then choose to complain about the burger after our server checked in with you several times during your meal. I even took the burger off your check. You're welcome. So then he goes on to educate them, and you get the idea. This is obviously a very appalling response. Not only did the partner insult the customer, but he got overly defensive to the point of sounding hostile. After calling her an idiot, he goes on to suggest that they can go to the Applebee's down the street instead of returning to his establishment. So, of course, instead of telling the customer all of your thoughts on why they're wrong, when in doubt, this is the kind of answer that will suffice. Thank you for your honest feedback. I'm very sorry to hear that you had a bad experience. We will be sure to review your comments with my staff in an effort to improve the experiences for our future customers. It may be automated, but it's sure better than ranting. Let's take a look at this example. This is a customer left this for Mother Bear's restaurant. I'm not quite sure what the hype behind Mother Bear's is. The pizza is decent, but there was nothing really outstanding about it. Mother Bear's does a few things right. There's a good amount of toppings on the pizza, and the ingredients are high quality. There are a lot of nice combination choices and plenty of variety on the menu. They go on to say, I've been here a few times, and it doesn't leave much of an impression. The crust is always a touch too greasy and doesn't have that chewy, doughy consistency. So not the nicest, but also not the rudest. But the owner responds about a month later and says, hi, Allie, while I'm glad you appreciate our high-quality ingredients, I'm sorry you were disappointed with our pizza. I completely agree that sauce and crust are important to making a delicious pizza. That's why we make our own dough and sauce from scratch every day. If you have any suggestions for us, please let us know. So let me just say here that Mother Bear's Pizza is an exceptional example of customer service done right. The owner indicates he read Allie's comment by making a specific reference to the review and apologizes, which is important to do, even if you don't think you've done anything wrong. He defends his restaurant without sounding defensive, which is very hard to do, of course, and then asks for suggestions from her so he can improve. His reply is short and sweet and to the point, all the factors that make for an exemplary response. The only critique I would have in this case is referencing to his timeliness of the response. Almost a month had gone by before the owner responded to Allie's review. I think it would be an even better example, if he had responded just a little bit sooner. Replying within 2 weeks is a perfectly acceptable period of time. However, keep in mind that when responding to these comments, the quicker the better. All right, so again, don't let bad reviews ruin your day. Handled correctly, a negative comment is a great opportunity to draw attention to your business's many positive qualities. Turn the comment around by highlighting your strengths. Something along the lines of, I'm sorry you had a bad experience. We've been in the business for more than 25 years. We serve thousands of customers a week, and we strive to be the best that we can for our community. Responses like that are a great way to frame your story while still making the person feel heard and acknowledged. Remember that potential customers will be reading your comment, and you want to leave them with a positive impression of your business, not a negative one. So some things you can consider: automating the process. You can use tools like Yext and Google Alerts, Social Mention, Surefire Local, all of the sites sites out there that are out there to help you with your online reputation are great to help you monitor what's being said. Make sure that you're responding in a calm state. It's natural to feel defensive and even get angry, but you want to take a step back and remind yourself that people are going to see this in the future. See criticism as an opportunity. Maybe this is something that you could actually improve about your business, and so maybe it's shedding light on a problem that you're having. Say I'm sorry. Saying a genuine I'm sorry has the power to diffuse the situation. It can really open up for honest communication. And don't make excuses. Own your mistakes, and then educate your customers. Sometimes your customers don't have all the information, so correcting their inaccuracies, is a great way to help them understand why your prices may be higher or why certain features aren't included. All right. So on a more positive note, literally, we want to encourage our customers to leave us reviews. We want our customers to be our mouthpiece. And when we have happy customers who leave positive reviews, it can actually drive leads to our business. In fact, 72% of consumers say positive customer reviews make them trust a business more. We want our future customers to see how well we handle our negative reviews so that our positive reviews can shine brightly. So how do we get positive reviews? One way to do that is just to ask. Most of our satisfied customers would be happy to give you one. Sometimes all you need is a friendly nudge. The point of sale is the ideal time to ask because that's when you've got your customer really at the height of their euphoria. When we've got our customer there, we can hand them actually a small takeaway card that invites them to share their experience. Some companies have even added like a QR code to the back of them, and that makes it easy for the customer to write the review on the spot using their mobile device. These printed invites can also be used as a tangible reminder for your customers to submit the review later. You can also add a call to action button on your website or your social media page where consumers can click to leave a review. In the case of BBB customer reviews, when a customer leaves a review for you with the BBB, it will appear directly on your BBB business profile page and can be a great reminder for why your company cares about your customers. We also want to respond to our positive reviews. Responding to a positive review should be easy, right? It does sound easy, but it's also surprisingly easy to get wrong. So when contacting a positive reviewer, your purpose should be simply to deliver a human thank you and let them know that you care. That's it. No gift certificates, no mailing lists, no event invites, no reactions to minor complaint in their review, no request for them to tell more friends about your business. This may seem counterintuitive, but just try to put yourself in the reviewer's shoes and think about whether you would really want anything other than a simple thank you. While a gift or an invitation sounds like a nice idea, it can also be misinterpreted as a bribe or a payment for the review. Remember, this customer already likes your business. Just use the opportunity to thank them and introduce yourself. Key takeaways here: your customers are checking you out. They're online. They're looking for your customer reviews, and your online social media presence can be a great tool for showing your customers that they can trust you. Regularly checking your online presence and tracking what others are saying is a great way to stay in the conversation with your customers. Always reply to both positive and negative reviews in a timely, professional manner. It may not take much to turn your naysayers into cheerleaders for your company. All right, so how is the BBB helping to promote trust in the marketplace? Like I mentioned before, the BBB has been in business for helping people find businesses that they can trust for more than 100 years. We have what are called our BBB accredited businesses, and it's those businesses who have promised to uphold our standards, undergo a vetting process, and respond to their customers if they ever receive a complaint in order to maintain their BBB accreditation. Consumers want to work with businesses that they can trust. They want to work with businesses who take that extra step to show them that they can trust their business. So in a recent survey, we asked customers anonymously, so that they didn't know it was coming from us, how they would describe what it means to be a better business. In their responses, we consistently heard words such as honesty, respectfulness, trustworthiness, and that a better business is one whose primary focus is on benefiting the customer. 4 out of 5 consumers agreed that being a better business is critical for marketplace trustworthiness, and consumers agreed that a more trustworthy marketplace improves people's lives. Consumers also agreed that BBB is a standards organization that helps businesses be better and that helps build a more trustworthy marketplace. So as part of our mission here at the BBB, we set standards for ethical business behavior, and we monitor for compliance. And we do that so consumers have a way to weed out the good businesses from the bad, and so that businesses have a way to show their customer that they can trust them. More than 400,000 businesses across the U.S. and Canada are accredited by the BBB, and these businesses have pledged to uphold trustworthy standards, and they have pledged to give back to their customers, answer their customer complaints, and consistently show customers that they can be trusted. And in turn, they can use the trusted BBB accredited business seal in their marketing to symbolize to customers the trust that their business provides. So we also asked respondents how they viewed the accredited business seal. The BBB accredited business seal shows customers that they are working with a trusted company. Consumers recognize BBB's accredited business seal as an instant symbol of trust when they see it on their website and other online assets. And as we can see here, our recent anonymous survey shows 72% of survey respondents said that they are more likely to have a greater confidence to purchase sooner when they see the BBB accredited business seal. 71% said they are more likely to expect a better quality of products and services. 69% are more likely to actually make a purchase. 55% are more likely to come back for more purchases when they see a business display the BBB accredited business seal. And 54% are more likely to recommend the business. And 36% are more likely to spend more money when they see that the business is displaying the BBB accredited business seal. So that's just a quick touch on how the BBB has been helping people for more than 100 years. All right, so to wrap it all up, your online reputation is something that takes time to grow and requires careful maintenance to ensure that your customers will see you in the best light. Social media has made it so that anyone and everyone can have a voice about a particular company, and they can use that microphone to say whatever they want. It's our job as a company to respond to our critics and our cheerleaders, because our negative reviews are actually something that we can use to our benefit if handled correctly. Customers want to see that human side of you, and responding to your critics and your fans alike can be a great way to show them that you are customer-centric. In today's tech-savvy world, our future customers care more about what others are saying about your business than what you are saying about your business. So keep in mind that customers look to these reviews to determine whether or not they want to do business with you. Make the reviews shine by always responding in a way that gives your business that human touch. Back to you, Michelle.
Great. Thank you so much, Kelsey. That was fantastic, and I'm sure everyone learned a lot of great things, because I know I did. So again, we're going to do another poll. Like I mentioned earlier, we are scheduling consultations on either Monday, October 16th, or Wednesday, October 18th, or you can always email us, and or we'll email you, and we can pick a time that works best for you. So after your introduction to the cloud, you will receive our good reviews and how to get an ebook and a Google Chromecast. And I know a few of you on the webinar today are already current customers. So if you send us an email, we will have your coach get in touch with you. So take a second here. Steve's going to launch the poll now, and let us know what days work for you. And we actually had a question come through. So Kelsey, while people are answering the poll, we'll have you answer this question. Is there a way to add pictures of services to the BBB page?
Absolutely. Yeah, so all of our accredited businesses have the option of adding any videos and photos to their business profiles. I can put up my email address after, and you can definitely get in contact with me after, and I'd be happy to help you with that as well.
Actually, yeah, if you want to, we can shoot the email address into the chat box too.
Perfect. I'll type that in there now.
Great. All right, so we're going to take a few more seconds here, and then we are going to move on to the Google Home winner. All right. Thank you, everyone. So today's lucky recipient of the Google Home is Michael Pierce. Congrats, Michael. Please email marketing@surefirelocal.com with your full mailing address, and we will ship that right out to you.
Also, have a great vacation, Michael.
You'll have a lovely gift waiting for you at home. All right, so huge thanks to Kelsey for joining us today, and thank you to all of our attendees. Please join us for more upcoming webinars. For details on upcoming webinars and more, you can check out our newly updated surefirelocal.com. We have a link at the top of the homepage for the webinar for all of our upcoming webinars. I want to mention one last time, just in case you were napping during our poll, we are giving away the Google Chromecast and our good reviews and how to get them ebook if you have a consultation with one of our digital marketing experts. And you can always email marketing@surefirelocal.com if you're interested. Please take a minute to fill out the survey at the end and let us know how we did today and what topics you would like to hear about in the future. Thanks again, and have a great afternoon.